In a tranquil village nestled amongst rolling emerald hills stood a grand estate, its tiled roof gleaming under the sun. This was the home of Onggojip, a man whose name was synonymous with wealth, but also with an unparalleled, unyielding stubbornness. He possessed vast lands, countless sacks of rice, and a fortune that surpassed any in the region. Yet, for all his riches, Onggojip was a man devoid of kindness, his heart as barren as a winter field. Within the walls of his splendid home, Onggojip's household suffered under his tyrannical rule. His devoted wife and aging mother lived in quiet despair, constantly tiptoeing around his volatile temper. His words were always harsh, his demands incessant, never a hint of warmth or compassion in his voice. He valued his possessions more than the well-being of his own family, treating them as mere extensions of his vast property. One crisp autumn morning, a venerable monk named Jijeol arrived at Onggojip's gate. His robes were simple, his demeanor serene, and his eyes held the deep wisdom of countless seasons. He had heard tales of Onggojip's immense wealth and notorious stinginess, and had come seeking alms, hoping to inspire a glimmer of generosity in the hardened man. His presence brought a temporary hush to the usually bustling village. When Onggojip heard of the monk's request, he erupted in a fit of rage. He stormed out, his face contorted in a furious scowl, and verbally assaulted the peaceful monk. "How dare you, a mere beggar, come to my magnificent estate and demand alms?" he roared, his voice echoing through the courtyard. "Begone! I have no rice for the likes of you. My wealth is mine alone, not for handout to wandering vagrants." Monk Jijeol listened patiently, his wisdom unwavering, until Onggojip's tirade finally subsided. With a deep sigh, the monk spoke, his voice gentle but firm. "Sir, your words are as harsh as your heart is cold. Your boundless wealth brings you no joy, only arrogance and cruelty. Such ill-gotten gains and unrepentant greed will surely invite a bitter reckoning." A ripple of unspoken power seemed to emanate from the monk. Angered by Onggojip's unyielding wickedness, Monk Jijeol sought refuge in a secluded mountain temple. There, beneath the pale moonlight, he began his mystical work. He gathered straw, carefully weaving it into the form of a man, an exact likeness of the arrogant Onggojip. With each strand, he imbued the effigy with purpose, his ancient chants echoing through the silent forest. This was no ordinary straw man. It was a vessel for change. As the first rays of dawn pierced the forest canopy, Monk Jijeol performed the final, most potent incantation. He poured water from his begging bowl over the effigy, reciting ancient verses that spoke of life and transformation. In a flash of brilliant light, the straw figure stirred, its eyes blinking open, filled not with straw, but with genuine human warmth. The fake Onggojip was born, identical in appearance, yet fundamentally different in spirit. Monk Jijeol sent the fake Onggojip to the village, instructing him to assume the role of the master of the house. The fake Onggojip, with his gentle demeanor and newfound kindness, walked towards the estate. When he arrived, Onggojip's wife and mother, confused by his sudden warmth, could not believe their eyes. This was the same face, the same build, but the coldness in his eyes was replaced by an unfamiliar kindness. A baffling transformation. Later that day, the real Onggojip returned from overseeing his fields, his usual sour mood preceding him. He strode into his courtyard, only to find another man, his exact duplicate, sitting in his seat, conversing gently with his family. His eyes widened in disbelief, then narrowed into an enraged glare. "Who are you, imposter?" he bellowed, pointing a trembling finger. "How dare you trespass in my home and impersonate me?" The household was thrown into utter chaos. Both men claimed to be the true Onggojip, their voices identical in tone, their appearances indistinguishable. The wife and mother were paralyzed with indecision, unable to tell which was their real husband and son. One was kind and loving, while the other remained cruel and demanding. How could they choose between two identical forms? When only one held the heart, they knew, however flawed. With no way to resolve the bewildering situation, the family, along with a few astonished village elders, decided to bring the matter before the wise magistrate, Sato, of the district. They hoped his renowned wisdom and keen judgment would unveil the truth and put an end to this bizarre predicament. The entire village gathered, eager and anxious, as the two identical Onggojips were led to the courthouse. The magistrate listened intently to the conflicting claims, observing each man carefully. After a long silence, he announced a peculiar test. To determine the true master of this house, he declared, his voice echoing, "I command you both to admit to being the imposter, the fake. The one who willingly admits to being the imposter shall be declared the true Onggojip." A collective gasp rose from the crowd. The original Onggojip, consumed by his monumental stubbornness and pride, refused outright. "Never! I am the true master. I will never debase myself by admitting to be a fake," he fumed, his face purpling with rage. But the fake Onggojip, with a calm smile and deep sigh, bowed deeply. "If it brings peace to this family and community," he said gently, "then I am willing to be the imposter." "There you have it," declared the magistrate, his voice ringing with authority. "The true Onggojip, out of compassion and selflessness, would sacrifice his identity for the sake of his family. The other, consumed by ego, cannot even utter such a simple truth. Therefore, the one who refused is the imposter. Banish him from this village." The original Onggojip's world crumbled. He was dragged away, screaming curses, as the fake Onggojip took his rightful place. With the fake Onggojip now at the head of the household, life in the estate and village transformed. He was a beacon of kindness, generosity, and humility. He treated his wife and mother with boundless love, shared his wealth with the needy, and consulted the elders with respect. His prosperity was not hoarded, but flowed freely, enriching the entire community. Under his benevolent care, the village flourished, reflecting his gentle spirit. Meanwhile, the original Onggojip wandered as a beggar, suffering the consequences of his arrogance, stripped of his wealth, his home, and his identity. He endured bitter hunger and biting cold. Every rejection, every insult mirrored his past behavior. In his desperation, he began to reflect on his life, slowly realizing the depth of his cruelty and the true value of kindness, a lesson learned through unbearable hardship. Years passed, and the original Onggojip now humble and truly repentant, stumbled upon a familiar path. There, sitting peacefully by a flowing stream, was monk Jijeol, as serene and unchanging as the mountains themselves. Onggojip, no longer the arrogant landlord, but a broken, contrite man, fell to his knees, begging for forgiveness and understanding. His heart was finally opened, his stubbornness melted away by suffering. Seeing the genuine transformation in Onggojip's heart, monk Jijeol finally revealed the truth. "Your suffering has purged your pride," the monk said softly. "The one who took your place was merely a vessel to teach you humility." With a gentle wave of his hand, the monk sent a powerful wave of spiritual energy across the land. Miles away, the fake Onggojip, who had brought so much joy, suddenly shimmered and dissolved into sparkling dust, returning to the essence of straw. The original Onggojip returned to his village, no longer the callous landlord, but a humbled, transformed man. His wife and mother, though grieving the loss of the kind, Onggojip recognized the spark of true change in his eyes. There was no need for explanations. His new, gentle demeanor spoke volumes. He embraced his family with genuine love, a feeling he had never known. The village, initially wary, slowly welcomed their transformed master. From that day forward, Onggojip lived a life dedicated to kindness, generosity, and compassion. He rebuilt his relationships with his family and community, treating everyone with respect and empathy. His wealth, once a source of his ego, now became a tool for good, benefiting all. The tale of stubborn Ongo reminds us that true riches lie not in material possessions, but in the warmth of a benevolent heart, and that even the most stubborn heart can be transformed through humility and repentance. What do you think of Onggojip's incredible transformation? Have you ever witnessed someone change so profoundly? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey into a classic Korean folktale, please give this video a like. Subscribe for more captivating stories, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure. Until next time, stay kind and curious.